Alright, so I didn't really intend on making this video, but I posted a poll to see what you guys wanted to see, and surprisingly most of you wanted to see this video, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to take a stake to the heart here when I make this video talking about things that I don't like about Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not going to be ranking the maps, I'm not going to be saying which maps I think are bad or which maps I think are good, which I think you guys already know which ones I do like and which ones I don't. I'm just going to be talking about things in the game that I actually don't like, core issues that I have, or just little annoyances that I think could have been removed or changed in some way to make the game even better. Now, it doesn't change the fact that Black Ops 4 is still my favorite Zombies game to date, but just a little annoyances here and there that kind of lower the experience just a little bit, just tiny little things here and there. But let's get right into it. I can't stall anymore. Here are the things I don't like about BO4 Zombies. So right off the gate, I think this is one that most people can agree with, is the point system. I don't really understand why they changed it in this game. I don't understand why they felt the need to change how it worked, because it was just fine in previous games, so changing it in BO4 really doesn't make any sense. I do like that it does reward you for using melee. It does reward melee attacks and melee weapons, which makes certain perks better, but at the end of the day it just makes the weaker guns more useless because you're not really going to use them since you can't use them for point grinding anymore. So changing the point system from the OG system to a mixed hybrid of the OG and the Cold War system, really a weird change. I really don't understand why they felt the need to do this. It just caps the amount of points you can have per round, or caps the amount you can grind per round. So ultimately I felt like this was a change that didn't need to exist, if that makes any sense. What makes this even more strange is that you have elixirs for points. You have raindrops, you have temporal gift for double points, you have shopping free, you have many things to get points outside of just grinding points with an SMG. So they really didn't need to change it unless they just felt like changing it for the sake of change. I never understood the reason why, so if someone can link me a reason why they did this, I'd appreciate it, but I have no idea why they felt the need to change the system. It was really pointless. It was a really pointless change. It didn't need to happen. I think Black Ops 4 would have benefited not having it. It wasn't a huge deal for me, but I know a lot of people who it bothered, so if it didn't happen, it would have been perfectly fine. I just wish they didn't change it. But if they had to change it, at the very least, it does reward you for using melee attacks compared to Cold War and Black Ops 6, where it rewards you for getting headshots rather than melee attacks. So I just wish they didn't change the system, but if they had to, this is fine, I guess. It's just a really big annoyance for me, and it didn't need to happen. The only explanation I can find that defenders of the system have shown me is that they think it's too easy to have the OG point system, that it made zombies too easy, and that you could become too overpowered with how zombies is nowadays. But to that I respond, look at Black Ops 6 with the Gobblegum system. You can get Perkaholic, Near Death, and shopping free later down the line. I don't see anybody complaining about that, or I do, but I'd rather not talk about them in this video. I don't see people talking about how OP you can be in other ways. The point system didn't need to be changed just to make it harder, okay? You can make it harder with the map design. Look at Origins in Black Ops 2. Playing that on Black Ops 2 is extremely difficult, regardless of the point system. The point system is just something that's nice to have, and they really didn't need to change it if they wanted to make it harder. They could have done it in other ways, and this is exactly what I talked about in my Citadel video. You can make a map harder, but you don't have to suffer the actual game engine to do it. So personally, I don't think it had to be changed, and I don't find that argument that it makes it too easy to be a valid one. That's just my reasoning for why I don't like the point system change. So this next one isn't really a change per se, but it's just a requirement for the camos. The headshot challenges are admittedly a little dumb, a little ridiculous. I'll admit that they are ridiculous for certain weapons. They definitely shouldn't have been the same thing for every weapon. That's like one of the few things that gets done right in future zombie games. The camo challenges need to be different for guns. I can understand maybe snipers or assault rifles or something having headshot challenges, but for pistols, like really? And then Black Ops 6 brought it back for every gun this time, so why? It just makes it harder. It's just tedious. It's annoying. I really don't want to grind 2400 headshots for the fucking Welling, or 2000 headshots in Black Ops 6 for the pistols. It's just unnecessary, especially considering the upgraded variant doesn't even shoot bullets. It's explosive, so you can't use it pack-a-punched, so it limits how long you can use it. Now luckily in Black Ops 6 there's directed mode, so you can use that to finish your camo challenges for the headshots, but not in Black Ops 4. In Black Ops 4 you gotta grind that shit. There are some strategies I have discovered, with Deadshot, playing on classified, things like that. You can find strategies to overcome this, but it's still a huge annoyance and something that's actually actively prevented me from getting dark matter in Black Ops 4 Zombies because of how long it takes just to get headshot kills. It takes ages and ages with the welling, and this goes to any weak weapon as well, but specifically the pistols, because it just doesn't need to be a headshot challenge. Like really, the pistols don't need to have that. Maybe lower the amount across the board, but specifically for pistols you need to change it, or for the special weapons they need to be changed. Because honestly, it just doesn't make sense to have that many camo challenges and headshot challenges for weapons that can barely do it in the first place. So just changing that or lowering that would have been a great benefit and helped the grind a tad more. That's not to say that I hate the grind or anything. Like I said, I've played Black Ops 4 for years at this point, back to back. But the headshot challenges for the pistols could be adjusted for sure. I have gotten them on the Essex, as regrettably as I say that. I have gotten it on the Essex. It's a shitty weapon, but at the very least, it's good for headshots. You can't say that for the pistols though. You cannot say that for the pistols. So adjusting the camo challenges and changing the headshot requirement for the pistols would be a great benefit and something that I think could really improve the grind for Black Ops 4 Zombies. It doesn't ruin it entirely, but once you get to the late game like I have, or any other one who's played the game for long enough, once you get to the late game of grinding out the camos, you'll quickly realize how tedious and annoying it is to get it for the pistols and just for anything that's weak in general for headshot challenges. This is why I don't like it in Black Ops 6, where it's for every gun across the board, because now you have to, no matter what, get 2,000 headshots if you want to equip any camo whatsoever that isn't complete dog shit. So unfortunately, it has come back in Black Ops 6 and essentially killed my grind to play that game. So this could really need to be changed across the board in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 6. Just a really huge annoyance. Hopefully it does get changed or adjusted sometime down the line, or maybe they'll bring a new camo challenge for Black Ops 7, but really it's just a huge annoyance with me with Black Ops 4's grind. Now real quick, I did want to bring this up because recently it was confirmed that events for Black Ops 4 will be ending soon. This does unfortunately mean that double plasma and all plasma events will be ending permanently, which means it'll be much harder to get elixirs and talisman. This is a huge bummer for me, especially when we're still in the era where you have to pay to get these elixirs and all that stuff. It just makes it so much harder on console to actually get these. It makes the grind significantly worse. For anyone who's going to be grinding the game for talisman and elixirs and all that, it's going to be much harder and much more of an annoyance than anything else to get those. Now, I'm still on the fence about whether or not they're really all that big a deal. I don't think it's a huge, massive deal, but I can see why this would be an annoyance for some, and I wanted to mention it here, because for anyone who's going to be grinding the game, double plasma will be gone, triple plasma openings will be gone, so you're going to have to open it with the 100 version. That one's gone. You can only open it with 75, 45, and 30 plasma, so that's really unfortunate, and I wanted to bring it up real quick. Now this last one's a little bit weird, so I'll try to explain it as best I can, but the zombie speeds in this game are just as bad as Black Ops 3's was at launch. So essentially you have your normal sprinters, which are in every zombies game. They exist, they're fast, they're a pain in the ass, but you can deal with them. And then you have super sprinters, which usually from my experience have come around 50. Around that mark is when you'll start to see them, but I have played this on hardcore, so take my advice if you've played on the harder difficulties. I've noticed that they come at you really damn fast, and almost as fast as they did on Black Ops 2, when if you saw on the transit bus, the zombies would come at you at supersonic speed. That's essentially what's happening in Black Ops 4 once you get to those later rounds, past round 50. And it's really just an annoyance. It's really just more tedious than anything else because you do have a lot of counters, and if you're camping, this doesn't matter at all to you. But for anyone who's training, it is a huge pain to deal with them because the zombies are faster than you. This is an annoyance that goes for any zombies game. In Advanced Warfare, when the zombies are faster than you, it's an annoyance. When the EMZ zombie disables your jetpack, it's an annoyance. Here, it's the same thing. When the zombies are faster than you either just deal with them or you die. You have to camp, you have to do something, but they can quickly ruin your game because of how fast they run, and it's ridiculous. Normally, I wouldn't care about things like this because, again, I don't usually play into the hundreds or fucking 200s, however long people play these days. I'm an old man now. But for anyone who is going for that higher round, it can quickly become apparent that you can't really train past round 50 because of how fast these zombies go, unless you're willing to camp or just any other strategy. You can't do normal trains anymore because of how fast they are in Black Ops 4. In Black Ops 3, this was a huge issue with Shadows of Evil on launch. Past round 3, you start getting sprinters. In Black Ops 4, sprinters start coming on later, but you do get super sprinters every now and then. And then past round 50 or so is when you get pure sprinters coming at you. It's ridiculous. It's a little much, I think, too, when you have other zombie types like Catalyst or the Tigers or anything like that coming at you as well. It can become such a huge pain in the ass, and just that annoyance there that doesn't really need to be. You can change it, you can adjust the zombie speed, but it's still something that I feel wasn't quite ready. It wasn't quite perfected yet, because you can still have faster zombies, but they can't be faster than you. They can't be way faster than you to the point where you can't run. Luckily, Stamina Up does remedy this a little bit, but still, it is a bit of an annoyance that I wish wasn't there, because they really needed to adjust the zombie types, and I think they got that about around the time of Ancient Evil, is when they had all the zombie types adjusted, but the actual speeds themselves, I think, remained too inconsistent well past the life cycle, and now they are extremely fast into the 50s, and into the higher rounds is when they become such a pain in the ass to deal with. So honestly, I just really don't like the zombie speeds in this game, because they're either inconsistent or they're just way too fucking fast. And if they're way too fast, you just either camp or you just have to kill them while you're running, and it's just a pain to deal with, honestly. Personally, I'm not thinking this is a huge deal, but it is an annoyance that's there, and I thought I should mention it because it is something that annoys me a lot, and I think it's something that people should be wary of if you're getting into the game, is that they will be extremely fast if you get into the higher rounds, and something you got to be wary of, because of course the zombies will hit you in 2-3 hits at most and you're dead. They'll trap you, and the zombie speeds and spawns, especially the spawns, we'll talk about that. The zombie spawns can be everywhere, so when you combine that with the faster speeds, it's very much a pain to deal with, and something that honestly just annoys the crap out of me once I'm getting into those higher rounds. Now that said, I don't actually believe that these spawns ruin the game. I do think on some maps it does work. On Void to Despair, I think the spawns work for making it more cramped. It's a ship, so running zombies and everything does make it more almost creepy in a way, where you have this huge horde coming at you at top speed. I think it works there. It does add to the ambiance, and it also adds to the fact that the map is supposed to be a huge ship, but it's cramped inside, so you only have 2 areas that you can really train in. That I think works. But on maps like 9, when you're already constricted by the fire, and you have the tigers, and you have the other boss types, it just makes it a little more of an annoyance than really adding challenge. But again, it can be adjusted. I think it should just be adjusted, which you can do in custom mutations, admittedly, but still, it's just something that could have been adjusted post-launch, and they just really didn't, I feel. So some balancing, some tweaking could benefit the game for sure. There's no denying that, and I think that they could have done a better job with that post-launch or before the game even came out. But that being said, that's pretty much it I have to say with what I don't like about BO4 Zombies. I'm really trying here. I got my notes here, I got my type pad here. I honestly just can't find a whole lot of reasons why I don't like the game. I absolutely adore Black Ops 4 Zombies, so making this video was honestly hard. I'm honestly just trying to come up with the reasons why I don't like it, and those are the big 3 that come to mind: the point system, the camo, and the zombie speeds and spawns, and that's pretty much it. And even then, I had a good thing to say about most of them, so that is just telling that I can't come myself to bring anything that I don't like about this game. And of course the elixir system also, I think the plasma could be adjusted for sure. That system could have been fixed. It's definitely dumb, so that also I think is an annoyance. But that's pretty much all I've got to say on that. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I could always use a new addition to the Dark Ops army. And if you like to see videos like this early or get member badges, please click the join button below and check out the channel page. You can see the membership, get videos early, exclusive videos, all that nice stuff. It just supports the channel more than you already do, which I already appreciate as much as I do. So if you just want to support it a little bit more, you can check out that page, but you don't have to. Everyone gets these videos, but you get these early and you get exclusive perks. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Dark Ops, signing off.